Hello, YouTube. How are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. I have another game for you. Well, more salt in the chat, I would say. So let me explain what happened. This Kate in particular, where is she? This one right here. This one Kate right here. Um, so I had her twice in the game. This is actually the second time that I've had her in my game. Like it was like back to back. So I had her 2 times in a row. Now, the first game I was playing Legion and I went against them on Mount Ormond. Now, if everybody knows that Mount Ormond is really strong map, for a survivor or whatever. In any case, I had 2 generators left. And another one was about to pop. So I managed to down this Claudette and I hooked her right at check. Okay, now mind you, I found after I hooked her, I found a David that was injured and he was going for the unhook. I predicted that. I was like, okay. So he goes down right next to the hooked person. Okay, I pick him up and I'm going to go hook him. There's a hook right across from where the Claudette was hooked at. Now Claudette was still on her first hooked stage, so like I hadn't hooked her yet. David, I think, was on his second. But as I'm going to go hook the David, I see the Kate coming for the unhook. She literally walks right past me, right? So I drop the David. She notices I dropped the David, so she turns around. She makes a complete U-turn. Okay. And I kind of chase her away because I was like, I'm not going to let you have an unhook for free. So she basically just, keeps trying to go for the save. The David crawls away. And at this point, I'm like, well, he's probably too far. I can't make a hook because he'll wiggle off. Because he already had some wiggle progress. And, like when the killer drops the survivor, they get extra wiggle progress. So I was like, I'm not going to hook him. I'm not going to pick him up. I'm not going to hook him yet. I'm just going to leave him on the ground. And so I'm sitting here watching, the hook or whatever, and watching the Kate. Now, mind you, the shack spawned on the side where there's a hill. So, like I can, if anyone goes up the hill, I can see them. I see the Kate on top of the hill. She's like looking, checking to see what I was doing. And the David's crawling away in the corner at this point. So I was like, well, I'm not going to pick him up. Claudette tries to get off the hook because I'm just like there, I'm not gonna lie, I was just kind of patrolling around, the hook because I was looking to see what the Kate was doing. And I'm like, well, if you're just gonna circle around the hook, and I have basically a lot of pressure. I have a lot of pressure here. So I have one person dying on the hook and then another person dying on the ground, and one person trying to go for the save, even though there's 3 people that are not on gens. Only one person was on a gen. Now at this point, I had I lost the generator or whatever. Claudette ends up dying. And then after she dies, I go for the Kate. I leave David on the ground, and that's, like I said, free pressure or whatever. So I end up downing the Kate. Well, no, actually, no, I don't think I downed her again. Let me think about what happened. Sorry, I lost track. But yeah, so I go for the Kate, and then I actually, I did hook her. Yeah, so she's on second phase, and then I find the David again. Okay, so I'm like, okay, it's like, so you're over here on this side of the map. So I go for the David, and I get him downed. And then as I get him down, I see the other person running for the save. So I was like, okay. I was like, so I'm just going to leave David on the ground so I can get, again, free pressure. I still have 1 gen left, mind you. So I keep the David on the ground, and I go for the person that was going for the unhook. So by the time I get to where they are, I did get a free hit on the healthy Kate. There was 2 Kates, mind you. I did get a hit on the healthy Kate. She was on her death hook. I remember I hooked her like twice already. So I went for the cake that was going to be dead if I hooked her. So I managed to get her down, get her hooked or whatever. By the time her chase was over, I hooked her or whatever. they finished the last generator. And I was like, oh man, you know, like I have to get across the map now to to see if I can, what else I can get out of this. So at this point I have two dead and 2 that were injured and last gen pops. Okay, so I already knew that the Kate would go for the exit gate because when the generator that popped was on that side near an exit gate. So I started going over there. I find the David, I chase him around a little bit, I down the David, and then I start going for the Kate. She's like she's got the door about almost half at this point. So I was like, dang, you know, again I messed up, you know, dead hard coming through clutch or whatever. She manages to get the David up. Now by the time she gets the David up, David dead hards and makes me miss. So basically he takes a hit or whatever. He makes it to a pallet. And then so I'm chasing him at the, like, you know, trying to chase him. I'm right next to the door by the way. So I already knew that, and Kate was already like about to open the door. So I was like, oh man, you know, like this is really stressful. I was like, I have to go for somebody. So what I decided to do, since David was at a pallet and they were both injured, he was mending or whatever, I decided to just go for the Kate. Because she was kind of further away from the gate. And I just decided, I was like, well, I have to. She also didn't have a pallet, so I was like, I just have to go for someone. So I just went for the Kate. I managed to mind game her at LT wall. It was like a little jungle gym area, whatever. I mind gamed her, got her downed, and I hooked her as far away as I possibly could get her from the exit, because I already knew that David was going to open the door, and he was probably going to try to get a save or whatever on her. He did, in fact, open the door. Kate was still on struggle phase, so she wasn't dead, but I just kind of, you know, was checking around the area, making sure that, you know, if he tried to come from a certain area, he would, you know, he wouldn't get a free unhook. He ended up just leaving, and I got basically ended with 3K. And then the Kate's like, at the end game chat, mind you, I didn't record this because it wasn't really like spicy as it is now. Yeah, I managed to get 3K. I said GG's and all that, and the Kate's like that was really dirty of you to play like that, Astrid. You know, my name's Astrid. And I was like, huh? I was like, okay, I guess. You know, like I didn't understand what she meant by that. And so then I get her again in this game. And there was some words that was being said, and she literally was throwing the game, mind you, as well. But this is what was said. I was like, GG's. And then one of the Kates is like, Bill, you screwed the game. And then Jenny's like, Jenny is the Bill, and he's like, GG, and he's like, question marks. And then Gabrielle was like, Nancy, Daddy Myers was sus though. And I was like, wow. And then the Kate from my last game was like, I literally threw the game, Astrid, and you barely got it, rolling on the floor laughing. And then Bill's like, why are you blaming me? And I was like, I made a little comment because, you know, they called me dirty last game, and I was just messing around. I was like, I'm sorry. I wanted to not play so dirty. Laugh out loud. And I was like, lol. And they were like, you didn't this time. And then Nancy's just like, GG's. And then the Case like, you aren't good is all. They literally said I was bad at the game. I was like, I didn't last time either. And I was like, I basically said I don't really care if I'm good or bad at this game. And then they were like, I was laughing aloud the whole time. And then the Nancy's like, people be bad at the game and then blame others. And then the Kate from last game was like, you camped last time, moron. And I was just like agreeing with Bill. I was like, it's okay, Bill. Like, you know, you make a mistake. I was like, you did fine. They were like, you camped last time at 3 gens for no reason. And I'm like, no, I did not. I had 2 generators left, and I had two people basically not able to do anything but lay on the ground or be on the hook. And I had one person going for the unhook. And I'm not going to let you do that for free, not in my face. So, and I was like, I had Map Orman with 2 people going for unhook, which I did. The David was going for the unhook at first. I caught him. downed him, and then the Kate was going for the unhook. And then when I picked up David, like I said, I dropped David because I'm like, you literally just went in my face and tried to unhook in my face. So I'm not going to let you get an unhook for free. So yes, I did. I dropped him, and then I chased you away. That's what I did. And since you were not willing to make a trade with the Claudette, I just simply left David on the ground and let her continue to die on the hook, because the other person that could have probably helped, or if you were willing to make a trade, the other person was on a generator. So I was losing generators either way, but I still had a lot of pressure. You guys understand what I'm going with this. Anyway. And then they were like, I was like, yeah, and I got one down, and I was like, it's free pressure. And then they were like, one was on hook, idiot, one in your grasp. I was like, I know that. One was on the gen. And I was like, and David and Kate are going for the save. Count better. And I just me, asterisk, count and use your eyes. And I was like, I'm not mad. And I was like, I shouldn't have to explain myself, is what I said, even though it was hashtag out for some reason. The other player was on the other end of the map, quit capping. And then they were like, and you camped the rest of the game, laugh out loud. I was like, I had two people not on gen, so I took the pressure. Also, you got the gate open, so. They were like, one person was on gens. I was like, yeah, one. They was like, gate never opened, idiot. I was like, one is going for save, one going for save and one on the ground. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, there was two people going for save, and one was on the ground. Or, I'm sorry. I already explained it. Anyways. And then they were like, quit camping. Quit coping. I was like, yes, it did. David got out. I was like, yeah. I was like, David got out. He literally opened the gate. And then they were like, keep camping. I was like, nah. I was like, I play how I want. And they were like, it's the only way you'll win, and you suck. And I was like, something get looped so hard. And I was like, okay, I'm fine with sucking. I'm just here to play the game. And they were like, I know you are. Keep camping. It's the only way you'll win. I was like, I literally said GG, and you still complain. Called you out, not complaining, because you played dirty. Just admit it. I was like, just GG, man. You don't have to like how someone plays, but it's no excuse to insult someone. And they was like, that's why I didn't try here, and you still almost got the entire game at one, and you still almost lost the entire game at one gym. I'm trying to go for an archive where I can't let anyone escape through the exit gate while using the perk Thrilling Tremors. So yeah, and look at my build. I'm literally not using anything crazy. Like, Jolt does meh, and Thrilling Tremors is okay, but that's usually mostly used for tracking or whatever. Yeah, and they had two toolboxes, one with a brand new part, Hyper Focus, Prove Thyself. I mean, they had two Prove Thyself, and they had Hyper Focus with a brand new part, and a purple Engineer's Toolbox, and a green Engineer or Commodious Toolbox. So yeah, gens are gonna fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the gens go so fast. So I'm like, yeah, to create pressure, you do what you gotta do as killer, but clearly this person doesn't understand that. And you lost the entire game at one gen with a 3v1. I was like, I was like saying, I understand what the other Kate was saying, but I was like, good luck next game. Play honorably and maybe. And I was like, I was going to respond to them, but the server timed out. But any case, this was a bit messy. Sorry, I'm still waking up, by the way, so I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. And I'm like stuttering a lot, or just I'm mentally not there, okay? I'm just out of it right now. But I don't know what else to say to explain the situation, because I wasn't recording. Again, this tends to happen when I don't record. But I think that if you play killer and you're put in a good situation, especially if you're losing the game, if you really truly are trying to win, then play how you want to play. You bought the game. It does not matter like what people think. They can say whatever they want. You bought the game. You're the one that's playing the game, and you play how you want. As long as you're not breaking any of the rules or anything like that, then yeah, sure, you can play like a scumbag if you want, if that's the way they feel. I just feel like if it's free pressure, I'm not gonna let you just do something for free. You know, I'm like, you literally were going to unhook right when I picked up the David. You were literally right in my face trying to go for the unhook. So when I dropped him, you made a complete U-turn and you just ran away because you weren't willing to trade with the Claudette. Claudette probably still could have been, you know, alive, but no, you didn't want to trade with her. So that's really all your fault. You either trade or you guys try to make some kind of strategy or something. Like, there's ways around camping. But I'm just not gonna let you do that for free. And that's basically why this Kate was so upset and called me dirty and said I played dirty and all this other stuff. No, I didn't. I don't think I did. I think I did a smart strategy. You know, I think I played that as fairly as possible. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I did do that because I was literally just trying to do the best I could to win or to get as much as I could, you know. And it's just, people don't understand that. Like, there's really no reason, like I said, to insult people because of how they play. But you know, this is DBD we're talking about. Also, I was doing an archive, so I had to kind of sweat a little bit. Because I wanted to complete it, I had to kill people, you know, or kill survivors, I mean. Please don't take that down, YouTube, if that's what, you know what I'm saying. I had to hook people, yeah. But, anyway, like I said, my brain is just not functioning right now. It's just, ugh. Like, I'm just tired. But anyways, sorry if this one's a bit off. I just had to record what happened and, you know, add more salt to my diary. So there you go. You know, but if you do like the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up and a subscribe. It would mean so much to me, and it would definitely help me continue to grow as a content creator. And I appreciate all the people that have stuck by me and that are still here, and all the new people that come in, you know, that really do actually like my content. I do appreciate it. But promotional stuff over. Anyways, also, I hope you guys like my new avatar. Yeah, I know she's not the usual one that I'm using, somebody different, but yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna head off for now. This video has gone on long enough, and I think it's time that I end it here. So yeah, promotional stuff over, like I said. But see you guys in the next one. Take care.